Hello, this is going to be a reading for the collective for the second part of June 2025. What do we have for the collective today? What do we have for the collective? I'm hearing I don't want to say that because I don't want it to lead the reading. I'll say it if it comes out. What do we have for the collective at the heart? Aries. Still I rise, poet, public speaker, activist, survivor, and phenomenal woman. So this is somebody that is an activist, okay? A public speaker, someone who has risen from the bottom up, a survivor. This is a feminine energy. This is a feminine Aries that I'm talking to. Somebody very bold, somebody meant to lead. The beginning of something too. Maybe the beginning of a spark of creativity in your heart. Maybe you're starting to feel very strong about a cause with the activist here and the public speaker. Maybe it's just starting to hit you, for the first time maybe in your life, something at your heart is being activated and making you want to move. But just remember that Saturn is there, and it's just there to make sure that this is what you want. It's such a beneficial thing, and people hate Saturn, but I love Saturn. Saturn it makes you be the real thing, it makes you put in the work to be the real thing. You don't understand what you're missing when you're just pretending. When you don't do the work, it's like you're missing it. The best part is the journey, is doing the work, is learning the crazy shit, is seeing the stuff and communicating, and that's the best part of the journey. Excuse me. Nirvana, a state beyond transcendence, freedom, light body, perfect peace, Uranus. Oh man, where is Uranus again? Is it in Scorpio? I don't remember where it's at. It's somewhere that's prominent. Is it in Cancer? I don't know, but this is awesome. You know, again, this is something that your heart is so into this that it's not even going to feel like work. It's going to just feel like your flow, like you're moving, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're going to be so fulfilled. You're not even going to think about the monetary benefits, even though I'm sure that there will be some, you know. I was getting something about nonprofits. That's what I was saying. I didn't want to say about nonprofit. I just heard in my dream, honestly, got them. And then I was like, it was something, and then I heard somebody was talking about something. It was like, it's the nonprofits. I don't know. I just felt like, and the feeling I got was like LA. Like did you know how they were talking about, like, oh, there's this business called King, you know, it's like all of these nonprofit businesses popping up that are funding all these things, and I don't know, it gave me the sense like they're going to find out who's been giving people all these nonprofits or something. It's something about fraud. A lot of fraud. Look, mystery. Past, something in the past, something has to do with timing. I was talking about Saturn. And the past, Saturn is like a long, like 20 years, you know, sometimes 30, depending on if it went retrograde, how long it was retrograde, you know, throughout your, you know, that 20 years. I feel like something is a mystery. And this is right at your throat. Omen, occult knowledge, ego, mediumship, secrecy, curiosity, death, hidden, tarot, and divination. This is giving me like High Priestess energy, but better. You know, it's like not being part of a group, being by yourself, being magical. I was just saying, it's something about doing the work, and this is somebody that gets it. This is someone who's not afraid of the dark. You know, they're not afraid to sit in front of a mirror in the dark and really just look and see what they see how they feel. Dark is beautiful. Look at that cat. I want a black cat. Just all black. Like they say that they're hard to get rid of too. Like there's always black cats left over, you know. Oh, I might get two. And then we have the past at the sacral. I feel like there's a blockage there. Something, again, Saturn blocking your creativity. Blocking it just to make sure. This is just going to take something that's it's going to make sure you really want it bad. You know, this is not something that, and I feel like it's something important too, and that's why Saturn. And not only is it going to take you through the next 20 years of your life, I feel like it's just something that not only is it important to you, but it's important for the rest of us. And Saturn wants to make sure, because I already told you, I already said Aries is like the chosen champion. It's crazy. Aries keeps coming out. I think Pisces came out, Soul Star. Ba of Isis. Faith, hope, inner peace, clarity, safe passage, guiding light, the brightest star of Sirius, which is not Isis. Sirius is the great mother. Isis is a witch. She's trying to take everybody's crown and everybody's spot all the time. Like, what the hell? Who are you and whose crown is that? Like, they always trying to get something to ISIS. That's why they were keeping people from going to those pyramids and stuff, so they could hurry up and change it to the Temple of Isis, and that's what they did over here in the Grand Canyon. Now they're talking about it. Yeah, because y'all been over there for the past 10 years or more. It was so long ago when I posted about that. Damn, was I even in LA? I think I was still in Houston when I first posted about the freaking Grand Canyon. And then I went and posted about it again, and they're just now really starting to talk about it. It's crazy how long it takes us to get information that's really pivotal, you know? Aries again in Leo, a lot of fire. I definitely feel like Leo and Aries got something going on with this energy. There's a lot of sun. I'm thinking about the solar maximum that we're at right now, and the sun, you know, being really hot and having all those sunspots and stuff like that. Leo, sensational, 80s pop artist, The Voice, dignity, fall from grace, drug abuse, denial, reveling personal life dynamics, and faith. Leo came out with something about music. Maybe somebody might be a musician. A Leo might be into music here. And then we have Aries. I could fall in love, family, inner circle, fashion. Maybe this is somebody that you're dating that's into music. And you're like into the fashion, or maybe you got an Aries that's like managing you or something. As this Leo. Then we have Gemini at the third eye. Prophet, poet, activist. Again, somebody is definitely an activist or a poet. But right here it says prophet. Only fear death. Oh, and that's what I'm talking about. Until the end of time. Me against the world, unconditional love, and changes. And this is at the third eye. Somebody knows some deep, dark mysteries and stuff like this. Oh, this is crazy because Gemini rules the throat, but the mysteries, they're talking about the mysteries over here at the third eye. I mean, like, you know, the prophet is over here at the third eye, and the mysteries that the prophet would know is right here. But then we have also the poet. Maybe that's how you relay these messages, is through poetry. Wow, that's beautiful as fuck. As fuck, okay? Like, I used to write poetry, but I don't think I was that good at it. When I was really young, though. I don't know, I might try again. I am not, if I'm sitting down, I'm reading something or watching something. I'm not really, I don't know. But I do write a lot. I will write up some notebooks, my plans and stuff like that. Notebooks. I have so many notebooks just so I can sit there and just be writing. You know, I always have a notebook next to me so I could just write what I'm thinking. Infinite possibilities. Pure potentiality, majestic, regal, mirroring, abundance, splendor, and radiance. Wow, I feel like this is definitely something that, I feel like, again, Saturn is going to refine something and make it incredibly beautiful. But it's going to make it hard. But as hard as it's going to be, that's how dope it's going to be. And I'm just really getting Saturn and the Sun here. Karma, mysteries, stuff that hasn't been revealed, that needs to be revealed so that balance can come into the world. Like, we're not doing our job. And then we have direction at the crown, movement, course, path, catch 22, development, guidance, crossroads, and decision. So again, I got this card again for, I forgot what reading, but it makes me think that there's a choice. There's a good choice that's gonna, like, Saturn is going to bless the hell out of you, and then there's a bad choice where you might get your ass kicked. For the collective with this Aries energy, this very masculine peacock energy look, but not in a bad way, I don't think. Look, the mirroring, regal, majestic, abundance, splendor, radiance, pure potentiality with this Aries energy. I'm telling you, Aries feels like they could do anything if they have, especially if they have the right people that they're leading. People that have real power too, that they can really work with, because you take it and birth it. You'll make it explode. It's gonna get above ground. That's what it's gonna do. Gemini and Aries energy is very, because Gemini is the air and Aries is the fire, and the air pushes the fire. The gas inside of the earth, the pressure makes it. So fire and air. Fire and air, you guys. Giving me like forest fires, maybe storms, heavy winds. Giving me fires and heavy winds. The Tower in the reverse. And the Strength. Wow. There was another, I don't remember, was this the card that flipped over? But I put it back and I was like, why did I do that? So this was meant to come out. A lot of Leo, a lot of Aries. We got Scorpio too here now. Somebody is strong. There's a tower coming. It's a slow tower or a long tower. And maybe that's what you've been praying for. Ouch. She's praying. We have the Emperor here with the mystery. That's crazy. And the Aries, like this Aries energy with this Knight of Wands is perfect. It's like somebody is ready. Like I was saying, they're ready to get out. They're ready to put this idea together. But see, there's something that needs to fall first. Maybe you need to... This is giving me Dorothy on the yellow brick road, and you gotta collect the lion and the Tin Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta collect your people. Giving me like a Rebel Moon too. Like, you gotta collect your people. But here with this Nirvana, and then you got this infinite possibilities with this Nirvana. And the mysteries, I feel like it's like an adventure. Someone needs to look at it like this too, because you're going towards an Emperor, you're strong, you got an Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Like, what? This seems fun, especially if you got good company. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles. It came out with the Seven of Cups, past. Okay, so I feel like somebody's past and some things is confusing you. It's confusing you, and maybe there are a lot of options. Maybe there are a lot of things you could talk about and you have to offer. Maybe you just need to try to figure out what it is that you're going to focus your energy on. Maybe that's part of this. Maybe you're going to realize what it is, but I feel like they want you to go out and kind of search. Yeah, with this under here, with this Saturn energy right here, this is what's going to kind of hold you back a little bit, these options. He wants to make sure you look at all them cups before you choose one. That's awesome to be able to have the choice to do that. That's Saturn, you know. It's going to be a few years, so you might as well do the due diligence, because whatever you pick, it's going to take you in the next, like, 20 years. I mean, I'm saying. And it has something to do with the Ace of Pentacles. There's an ace here, but it's in one of these cups, I feel like, and you got to take your time to figure out what it is. There's a slow tower coming. I feel like somebody is strong. I feel like there's towers coming, but I don't feel like somebody needs to worry about that. A lot of Aries here. Like, damn, the tower. We got this Knight of Wands. Aries. The Emperor, Aries. And Leo. We got a lot of Leo here. With the Strength card. And Virgo. With Gemini. At the third eye. Five of Pentacles. Wow. Prophet, poet, activist. Maybe you are, with the me against the world. This is somebody that's just out of the cold, out in the cold. Maybe you're going to run into this Gemini. Maybe this is another one of your warriors on the path. You got you a Leo. You got you another Aries. You know, you got you a Gemini. And these people aren't your traditional people that give a shit about what's going on. They're rebels. They're activists. What was that? What was it? Prophets. Yeah, but it's like rebellion. Yeah, like rebellion energy. But not a bad one. A good one. So I don't feel like this. I feel like this Gemini might feel sad and stuff like this card because they're out in the cold, but that's because of their nature. Geminis are very, about connections. But I feel like somebody puts truth over, being up under people that aren't into, this person is a prophet. It's like you can't do it. You're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to stand it. Even a Gemini. It might drive him crazy, making me think of Kanye. He can't decide what he's doing. He just switched up so many times, poor thing. But we let them people do him wrong right in front of us. It was very obvious there was some weird abuse going on and nobody said nothing. So this Two of Swords in the reverse with the Aries energy, I feel like this is a... In the reverse, I feel like this is you following your heart. So like a heart overhead decision. And this is at the root. And the heart is connected to the root. It's like I feel like you're making this choice to go on this journey and search and look in these cups so that whatever you invest your time in, it's going to be something that's lasting. And then you got the star here underneath Leo, which is Aquarius Leo. This is the healer, and this is somebody that's in the spotlight. This is somebody that's meant to be seen, meant to be heard. This could be you, talking about this journey. This could be you documenting it, and people watching, and they're like, wow, oh shit, you came into, this is like Camelot, Camelot, you're like finding all the people. I like it. That was a Three of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like you got some people working against you. Yeah, 9 of Wands. Somebody is a wounded warrior. First of all, they're strong. I feel like this is going to be strong. I mean, this is going to be hard. You had them 3 witches in the reverse I just saw. Because you got people pushing back. You need these people. Your friends or whatever. Might be an Aquarius, you know, energy here. But if that's not the case, then this is just you. This is just you and this Aries energy feeling inspired. You're healing. You made a choice to follow your heart. You got some things that you need to look into because Spirit really wants to bless you, but they want you to pick the right thing. And I think that that's part of your test too with this, on this, journey or voyage. It's like your discernment is under judgment. And that means that in the past it might have not been so good. So some things you might have to clear up in these cups too. Giving me the Cancer reading. I don't think that is something all that serious, but I think that in order to find what's going on, you're going to look in these cups, and it might be some shit you don't like that, from the past that was done. We have the Page of Swords right here. The Page of Swords is somebody that is like a detective. You see what I'm saying? Somebody that is intelligent. They're quick. I feel like they're going to be able to, and it's like with the Tower falling slowly and the time, I feel like time is of the essence still. Like you gotta beat the clock, or, the more time you have after you find out about these cups, the more time you have to build, the faster you find out what's in these cups, I mean. And I think that things might start getting harder and harder and harder for someone until they figure this out. And I think this is what's going to give the strength for someone to move forward, is finding the right cup. And it's going to put you in nirvana. And it's going to get you out of this tower falling slowly kind of thing. And that's what you want to beat, because you don't want to end up out in the cold. It's like the Emperor or out in the cold, It's the mystery, too. That's why you got to go search for it. Like I'm saying, like the detective. Sounds fun, though, but you got to be able to be in that mind state and not be all mad because you have to get up and move around, Because there's something in here that, if you pick the wrong thing, here you go, 5 of Pentacles. This says one way. It's one way to, this Emperor and all this. And this, you got the 5 and somebody might be trying to defend themselves. And they broke. The body could also be not feeling too good. What do we have for the collective? I definitely feel like there's going to be a lot of fire stuff. Fires and shit. And stuff. Like coming. I see all this smoke. I don't even see no water cards. Usually I get like floods, but today I'm getting like, oh, here's some water, but it's not a water card. We have the Chariot and the World. Chariot in reverse and the World. So something about you not moving forward, not having victory. Somebody isn't moving forward or having victory. Something is ending. I think that because you made a heart over head decision, maybe this means you're not moving forward with something when it comes to it's like a fight, you know, maybe you're retreating from a fight with the Chariot. This could also be like a car accident, but I don't think so. I thought it though. All the cars and stuff being burned up, that's so crazy to me. I can't believe that. Because it was such a random thing, and I was like, I don't want to say that. 10 of Wands. Something's a burden. I was like, I don't want to say that. You know, like that people are going to be terrorists, they're going to be using cars and doing something with cars. I forgot exactly what I said, but I was seeing them like on fire and blowing up and stuff. And like, that's so weird, you know, to say. Like, such a random thing to say. And they're talking about terrorists blowing up cars and stuff all over the news now. That is like tripping me out. I'm gonna start really telling y'all about all. That's why I told you guys about the nonprofit thing, because I literally heard that in my dream this morning. It like literally woke me up. And it was like, got him. And then there was something about like people talking, and there was like, it's the nonprofits or something. Check the nonprofits or something like that. I wrote down what I remember, but you know how sometimes you write down a dream and more of it'll come? And it did, but it wasn't like, it was so like quick. Maybe when I go hike, I go to yoga, whatever one I'm able to make. Somebody can't defend, somebody is defending themselves. I feel like you are going to look through these cups with the 7 of Wands. You're going to take the high road and look through these cups. You're going to hold off on your plans, I feel like, until you check this out. And I think that that's very wise. That's what the universe wants you to do. That's what you should do, for sure. Somebody is attacking you. Or maybe somebody is just coming with truth with this Page of Swords here too. Maybe you are moving forward very aggressively. I'm not going to say don't do it. The tower is falling. You need to move aggressively. You know, quick. It's like time is of the essence. I feel like the minute you find, you know, a truth, don't be dilly-dallying. You want to make sure and check your sources, but Aries is also with this third eye here, Gemini and the throat and all that right there. Aries are they rule the third eye. But you got to make sure you're not doing things for selfish reasons. Knight of Wands in the reverse. I don't feel like this is you, though. I feel like, or this could be just two aspects of you. Like I was saying, you get this nirvana with this strength, but I do think things have to fall. That's why you're needing to find the right cup. Because all of these cups might fall. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't pick the right one, then you're going to be falling and in a Knight of Wands energy. Maybe you need to stay away from Wands energy. Maybe you need to stick more towards the mental energy and cutthroat energy, not being invested spiritually or emotionally, not emotionally, but, you know, not being invested with your energy, your fire, your passionate energy. Being more of a truth seeker and a fighter for the truth. Maybe you're not like that. Maybe you are not a truth fighter for the truth. Some people really aren't. I mean, and it's not a negative thing, you know, unless you're lying about it. But then again, what can you expect from somebody who doesn't value truth? Somebody has this again, Aries. You got an Ace of Swords and an Ace of Pentacles. Again, stay away from this wand energy. Stick with the swords energy because you're going to get this Ace of Pentacles that way. You got to find out. And you know, this is cups, emotional energy. I was just saying, I was like, not emotional, I mean passion. Emotional energy too. You got to use this sword to cut through these cups and find the right cup with this Ace of Pentacles in it. You know, they're together here. And you got to find the truth. And this is right under this heart energy. 2 aces here. Somebody has got infinite possibilities right here. And you got this Emperor right here. You might get these aces and get you an Emperor too. And something is ending. Somebody can't come in they Chariot and in reverse and try to, you know. The Magician, wow. Underneath the Emperor. I like that. I was going to say he reminds me of like a Merlin. Because he's like older with the beard, but I didn't say it. 2 of Wands. Somebody's in control. Maybe it's not even known. This occult, yeah, somebody is an Emperor and a Magician, and they're in control. Totally, they have dominion. This is somebody that spiritually, physically, all that. They are, it's funny because he's holding this globe, and then the Emperor has that globe, you know, that he always has that like globular thing. I forgot what it's called. Globulus crucibus or something. Crucible. The Star in the reverse. And the Queen of Wands. So maybe this Gemini energy is being put out of the cold because there's somebody that's been working dark magic. Maybe this is somebody that was dealing with this Emperor. Maybe all of that has something to do with you looking through these cups. Maybe you're going to find out who's doing the what. And Gemini is a magician too, but I'm not getting that it's necessarily a Gemini. This is just somebody that is... I feel like this energy is just as bad as it is good. You know, Gemini has those twins. And I feel like somebody can be the storm, but they can also be very sweet. And I feel like they were pushed into a position where they let the storm come out. That's what I think. Done. And then we have Justice and the Hangman in reverse. So Justice is coming, but you really do with the Hangman, you got to pick the right thing. And I feel like it's not the easy thing either. I feel like somebody sees it though, because they're getting justice. Things are balancing out, and that's the ultimate. What we need to do is balance things, not be all the way here. We gotta balance things out for things to be okay. But I do think that you have some people doing some things that were jealous. Maybe somebody was trying to make you sick, or maybe they're sick. Could be a Gemini. I feel like maybe somebody's workings or energy has gone back to them and it's made them sick. And something is ending. Could be Cancer here. Because this person, the Star and the Cancer, the Chariot in reverse, and now we have this with the Star in reverse and this Queen of Wands in the reverse. I feel like somebody might have Cancer. maybe it's not very aggressive, but maybe it is. We have the Three of Pentacles here. Yeah, I feel like you're going to be finding the right people to work with, you're going to just be coming into the right things. And that's another thing you need to know. I feel like getting up and doing it and getting there is going to be hard, but once you start making the right decisions, I think it's going to unfold like a story. Maybe you even want to write it as you go, journal it. Like, keep a diary, but be serious about it, you know? That would be dope. I love this collective. I think that the real healers are going to be known. The fake ones are going to be known. I think that people are going to really be going on their journeys with the Aries and Saturn and Aries, really being forced to do the work. And I think that people are going to wake up to things that they never... we've been manipulated into not doing the work, not being original, so once people come out of that, it's going to be, people are going to find out things about themselves that's so dope and so original to who they are that, it's going to be such a shame that people did spell work and try to use other people's energy, because the people that did it are going to find out who they really are and what their role is, and they're going to feel so special. They're going to feel so special. And we all have such a special part of everything. And when you try to push people out and stuff like that, you mess up. It's the domino effect. You mess up. It's like knocking 3 rows out of the dominoes. Like how to, you should try with all your might not to do that. Because imbalance brings so many things that we don't have control over it. So that's what I have. I hope that it resonated. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I will see you next time. Peace.